It is Wicked season. I got invited to the Wicked premiere is how I would say it if it happened. Jesus. Gravity. Obviously that did not happen. My 40 followers really just did not get me there.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
Instead, I am pretending that I got invited to the Wicked movie premiere and I'm going to be making my dress for the carpet. You know, I'm kind of trying this manifestation thing, like maybe I make the video this year, maybe we put it out there into the universe. She feels like shining on me, which is almost never. And I go to the next one because it's split into two. Silver lining. Now, just by observing my studio, can you guess which Wicked character I would be most inspired by? You're right, it's Elphaba. Nice. Who would you play if you were asked, hey, you gotta be one of the witches in Wicked, we just need to pop on there right now? Who's your go-to? I would pick Elphaba because I can stay closer to that sound range, but I think Linda would be more fun to play just because she's so over the top. So this is the plan for the Wicked dress. I thrifted a green bridesmaid's dress and I've already made the corset top that I'm planning to use. I don't know if I have enough fabric to get this type of volume that I want. I'm hoping that I can find an affordable fabric to use as a thin veil because I feel Elphaba should have a cape. It's a pretty big part in the show. If you've ever seen the Broadway show, there's a pretty memorable scene. I won't spoil it for you, but it has to... Girl needs a cape. It's gonna be in the movie too. I saw a preview. The cape was there. We keep the cape. And then I'm gonna line underneath the skirt with this black glitter, that fabric that really pops. And then for the top here, I'm wanting to do some type of gemming or stones that kind of drapes off the back just to give it a little more pizzazz. The gloves will also be glittery. So we have the sketch done. We have the plan with the fabric swatches in the back. This should not take me a lot of time. So I already have the top of the dress made. I'm hoping my lack of height gives me a little more fabric that I can pull from it. This actually kind of looks like my prom dress. First thing we are doing is figuring out how much to cut off of this as the front part of the skirt while trying to save as much as is possible. I just need the skirt to wrap probably from about hip to hip.
Shakira.
Okay. And we like our shorts petites because we are petitos. Try to do 12 inches. How can I conserve the most fabric? Should I iron this first? Absolutely. Am I going to? Not a shot. Sides are open, we have this, and now we're going for our line right here, and we're just winging it, I guess. I hope I don't live to regret that. Now the problem that we have with making the chest into the skirt, see when I hold it up, I don't have this pulled back with the rest of the skirt that I'm going to use in the lining. We're getting this weird pucker because that's where they had allowance for the breasticles. Looks like I'm going to be spending a hot ass minute trying to get this off because it's creating this pucker and I need the seams to lay flat. Problem shoot that as it goes, that's kind of what this is when you deconstruct and reconstruct sewing. Oh. I can't find my seam ripping scissors. I just remembered where they were. I found the scissors, these little lap-overs here under the seam, how it's laying flat. That's not gonna work for us. Not us ladies, no. And gentlemen, who's ever here, all creators are welcome. He's working! Oh my god. I'm already frustrated. See, we're literally slicing out that bust part. Kind of almost gives that bubble skirt, which I've yet to see one where I'm not like, you're wearing a diaper. A bunched up fabric, what do you think of? A wedgie. I really want this part of the skirt to be structured. So we're gonna use fusible interfacing, my favorite way to structure the skirt, which will give it a little more pizzazz, a little more hold. So it's off. We don't want stitching along this, it'd be too hard with the beading that's at the end of this. So we're gonna take a mini strip of this heat bond and do a hem. You can actually do this on your jeans and solid pants too to make it faster. Wow. The interfacing is already giving it that structure we want, so we're gonna keep doing that. I'm currently listening to the Wicked audiobook. It's free on Spotify, just so you know. Woo! The story's dark. Love it. Stiff skirt. Back for another appearance, our handy dandy muslin. Like giving the structure to the skirt. Always thinking a skirt. I'm always thinking. Work them arms, ladies. 1, 2, and lift. Take this and trace it onto our muslin. And I guess we're doing it in pen because I don't know where my pencil is. Hey. It has been traced. Right, wouldn't this look cool as a Christmas painting? Like a white Christmas backdrop from like the movie? Whatever. I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm making a maze. Always trim off so you don't get it on your iron so it doesn't look like this.
Ugly, you are disgusting.
Oh my god, so the first Wicked book that I'm in, I don't even know if it's the whole book or part of it, but it says 17 hours left. Literally getting into the nitty gritty details, like, I don't care if you're eating porridge on the road, skip it!
Jesus Christ!
Porridge magic, shut up! I don't care. It's a lot.
So demanding.
Or do I know how to serve the people what they want? Yeah! That made the difference. So now that skirt has that nice structured look that I was looking for here. And what I'm gonna do is normally with a structured skirt, we'd wanna put in a zipper because you'd wrap it all the way around, but that's gonna be covered by the longer skirt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and, not that color. No one's gonna see it. It doesn't matter. We're gonna work with making the back of the skirt to pull it in. So it's gotta be tight. All right, I am doubling this because I want the back to be a double of this fabric so it has a little more pull. So I just realized that using that pink fabric will be great, and I already cut it, which is a bummer, but I definitely should use the black jersey fabric that I have in case you can see it. I'm gonna do the same thing you just saw, but with black jersey. So when we sew this, we're gonna do a zigzag stitch all around these edges, and then we're gonna leave a little opening here so we can flip it inside out. Now remember, when doing the green skirt, we want this hem as teeny tiny as possible.
Teeny tiny, like Thumbelina.
That's what I was going for.
So I'm even gonna move the needle over one so it's close to the edge because we're trying to save as much fabric as possible, but we want this lining in to protect the skin. This machine hates this fabric. Let's cut off this extra. We're going old fashioned. We didn't want a seam on this side. It wouldn't look nice. So ain't nothing wrong with using a little bit of glue. You're just going to trace down the edge of the muslin with the glue, fold over your jersey fabric and press it down. Then you're going to want some weights on it because it does take a moment to dry and it will slide. There it is. There, we're going to go and reach in through there. And we're going to get as much of this in your hand as you can. Pull it through that hole. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. You know, you're not actually supposed to do that. It does nothing. It's just because of the song. Learn something new every day. We're gonna pin right sides together and only sew down sides for this. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. We're gonna do a straight stitch really close, a 1/4 inch away from the edge because we were really working with a little bit of fabric here. Oh my god, it might be too tight. I don't know if that's gonna fit over my butt. I'm super afraid to try this on. There's actually plenty of room. Actually, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, actually I gotta sew it tighter. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I need this to, yeah. Like that. I just did like a huge dart down the back, which seemed to take it in enough. This is what it looks like in the back after that. You can see the seam. Don't look at the back, it's ugly. So this is what we have left over after making the corset and the skirt. Now I really feel like I didn't need to buy that extra fabric. Liam's gonna kill me. I'm dead. Guys, I think I'm stuck in this corset. I tied the back with elastic so it'd be easy to get on and off by myself, but I can't get the knot out. Liam's not home. Oh my god. No. Flynn, why don't you have opposable thumbs? My boobs.
2 hours later.
Well, that's incredibly annoying. The way the bridesmaid's dress was, this flap laid open onto more, and see how the inside looks different. So what I'm gonna have to do is take these 2 pieces off by the seams. So I'm gonna do that now. I hate seam ripping. No! Where are my scissors? So now all I'm gonna do is go down here, and it looks like I'm gonna have to rip this seam twice. It's always good to do this. I used to always just cut seams because I didn't want to take the time to rip, but you save a lot of fabric, and sometimes you could save yourself extra steps too, so if you just rip them. I also find that using little tiny embroidery cutting scissors works so much better than a seam ripping tool. Okay, we have all 3 pieces of the skirt separated so we can iron them out. I'm gonna press it flat.
Would you turn that racket down? Trying to earn here.
Okay, now that we have the 3 pieces separated, we're gonna take good sides, face them together, and re-sew them so that all the fabric faces the exact correction and it makes us a little more room in the skirt.
Are you getting my good side?
Oh, it always cuts so much off. I can't stand this damn camera! We have enough from the thrifted dress. I can't believe it's actually enough material. So now I have to unpin the entire thing. That was stupid. I should lay the black out and then trace this over the black. Hey! Right, Flynn? Yeah. Oh, this is so pretty. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do while I'm filming will be used against you in court of law. I know you like helping me sew, Flynn, but please take your paws off. Paws off. Paws off, buddy. Excuse me. You gonna sit on me while I grab my weight? Everyone! Okay. Now, flip over your green fabric, which I should have done in the first place to make my life easier, but why would I ever do that? Oh, I didn't trim that edge. And pin them together. I've got both sides sewn together. It's a different day because I ran out of time. So now we're just gonna flip the skirt inside out, as much of that into your hand as possible, and hope this works. Wow. Not too shabby, huh? I'm bored with the project. I gotta work faster because by the time I start getting towards the ends of the project, I don't wanna make them anymore. And then I'm gonna take chalk and I'm gonna draw right under this lining so I know what curves I need to follow. Pin this on, hope I don't pin the ever-living crap out of myself. All right, lack of height seems to be paying off. We've got it all ruched and pinned on each side, but not connected to the skirt yet. This is working better than I thought it would. Like, look at that. To bring in the waist of the corset and give it more structure, I have this thick elastic. I'm getting to the smallest part of my waist, the measurement. We're just gonna wrap it around with a little bit of overlap so we can create hook-on points and always cut. It's always better to start longer. Right here, I marked exactly where I want the waist to pull in a little more with safety pins. So I'm gonna pin a line across for me to follow on the other side, and then I'm gonna sew the elastic to the lining fabric. LOL, I really thought I was gonna hand sew that, and I gave up after stitching one section, and then I just figured out how to pin it and just stitch along the seam lines that we already have there so we don't add more stitching. All right, third time's a charm in making this glove, so hopefully it goes well. And I apologize for my appearance. We're having a day. I've cried a few times, and I didn't realize that's what I looked like until right now. So I ended up working really hard on these gloves and then completely forgot to wear them in the reveal, so total bummer on my part. After making my now useless gloves, I started on the cape and I still did not have a mannequin at this point, so I just used the back of my velvet chair and I just kind of pinned them all into a ruffle that I wanted and draped the way I wanted, and then I just took some thread and pierced through that drape quite a few times, and then I do run it under the machine once so it holds really well. Next thing I did was started taking all the cutout lace appliques that I had and I just started using that fiber glue and placing them and manipulating them, and then I would pin them, and I actually let that sit overnight until they completely dried. And then, because enough is never enough for me, I decided the skirt looked boring and ugly. Now that the top looks so pretty, and I had to go all down the edges with these. Luckily, I didn't have more lace because I probably would have covered the whole skirt in these, and this project would have taken a whole extra week. Oy, this next part took forever. I went around and then I cut off any extra netting that was around the lace. It seems like it doesn't make a difference on camera, but it really did. You could see that. Next, I wanted to add a little bit of volume under the skirt, so I went and I got 2 yards of crinoline. It was about $1.50 on sale. And then I'm just measuring to make sure it's going to go over my hip. I folded it as many times as I could to give the length that I want, and then I just ran a single stitch down the side of it. I did that twice, and I did not back stitch so that I can pull this all into the ruffled shape that I desire, and then we'll shape it onto my skirt. Creating ruffles is super easy. You just take the 2 top threads, I believe it is, and you just pull them until you get it as ruffled as you want. And then I did have my mannequin at this point. Thank you, finally. And I just went and I pinned the skirt all around that to make sure it was ruffling the way that I wanted to, and then I went along and I hand stitched that into place. If you can't find me, then look to the western sky. Also, the cape. When you're getting a little chilly. As someone told me lately,
Defying gravity. So my boobs are doing in this corset.